Hello there, Tim Melton, John Lunsford, Tyler Johns, all hanging out here in our Meltdown studios, the Culver studio. All of this presented by MyBookie. We are the Meltdown live daily at 2 o'clock Central. We have another trailer to react to. This time it is for Fallout. I know almost nothing about Fallout. I am a gamer, but I have somehow not crossed paths with Fallout. I believe it's some sort of post-apocalyptic world thing. John, tell me about Fallout.
It is a post-apocalyptic world thing. Basically, after World War II, nuclear weapons were developed to the point where they basically obliterated the Earth. And, you know, I don't know if they gave an exact time, but it's kind of the 50s, 60s era, kind of what you would imagine the future to look like, the retro-futuristic look, basically. And
isn't there like a big boy sort of looking character?
Vault Boy.
Pit Boy is the thing they wear. That's but it's Vault Boy is what it's kind of based off of. But anyway, it's basically a post-apocalyptic game. You emerge from the vault that everybody went into after a couple hundred years, I think it is, and explore the vast post-apocalyptic wasteland.
And this is for a television series, right? Fallout,
Correct.
the TV series. So I'm actually looking very forward to the television series because I don't know anything about the source material. So we're going to watch the trailer right now and then react in full and give our full honest review and initial thoughts. We have not seen this before. Let's make it happen, John.
Hello there. I'm here to show you a wonderful place. A veritable Camelot of the nuclear age. Not made by God Almighty, but the working man. You can be a hero by purchasing a residence in a Vault-Tec vault today. Because if the worst should happen tomorrow, the world is going to need you to build a better day after.
The mission of the vaults should be important to everyone. To come up to the surface one day and restart civilization. Can you tell me what's happened in the last 200 years?
Holy shit. You're an actual vault dweller.
I am.
I thought all you dipshits were dead.
What you're doing is insane.
I don't set the world.
It isn't like the vault out there. It's big.
Higher. I just want to start.
I've had a rough week. Practically every person I've met up here has tried to kill me.
I'm simply going to harvest your organs.
You need to go home. You come from a world of rules, of laws. You should not be alone.
Why did you join the Brotherhood?
To hurt the people who hurt me?
People are going to come after you.
Ain't much stage cleanup here, Vaulty. Well, now that is a very small drop in a very, very large bucket of drugs. You look out at this wasteland, looks like chaos, but there's always somebody behind the wheel.
Everyone wants to save the world. They just disagree on how.
There you are, you little killer.
Wow. I love that trailer. That was great. I think Walton Goggins is a national treasure, and he makes me even in stuff that I don't like that he's done in the past, I love Walton Goggins when he's on the screen. He steals this trailer for me. John, initial reaction to Fallout, the television series on Prime.
Yeah, I don't know if you've stayed with the Righteous Gemstones or not, but this past season he crushed it as Baby Billy in season 3. Really, really good in that show, and probably the best character on that show, even though there's a lot of star power on that. But
Misbehavin' is a song that I played on loop over and over and over again, not even being a big fan of the show.
Yeah, he can't sing, but it doesn't matter because he's still funny on it. But yeah, so the biggest reason, and I tried to point to it, I didn't do good on the camera, but the biggest reason I've been looking forward to this from the beginning is, number one, I always like a good video game adaptation, which doesn't happen often. But number two, this is straight up from everybody that did Westworld. It's Lisa Joy and Jonathan Nolan, which in Westworld, anybody that knows me, I think Westworld season 1 is the single best season of television ever in the history of forever. I know people jumped off on season 2, but I love the whole thing until it's canceled after season 4. And Ramin Djawadi, I can't ever say his name, but the dude that did the music for Westworld and Game of Thrones and House of the Dragon and all that is doing the music for it. The music is incredible in that, the remix of that song, and then he does a really good job of covering songs in the things that he does, especially today in Westworld. So I'm looking forward to maybe having some older music, 50s, 60s style music used in something like this. So the people behind it are incredible. Walton Goggins, like you said. Ella Purnell, I know who she is, but I don't know that I could point any one performance out like, oh yeah, I know that, but she's the main girl in it. I mean, outside of that, though, I'm all in.
What I saw was a mixture of Westworld and The Last of Us in a just combination for Amazon to throw a bunch of money at, and it looks like the money ended up on the screen. They have towers and towers of money, and this is the type of content that I would expect them to produce. There's been some disappointing Amazon shows. I like The Boys. This looks like it could be another big hit for Amazon. Let's go to Tyler. Tyler, you're obviously a fan of the series, of video games. Does that translate to the screen and the hype for you behind Fallout, the television series?
Oh, yes. I was a big fan of Fallout 4, Fallout New Vegas, and this trailer has everything that I want to see. It's got Walton Goggins as the ghoul. He embodies it perfectly. You got the Vault Boys. You got the wild, wacky characters. You got the Mr. Handy robot that calmly says he's going to harvest your organs. All of that is game accurate. And plus, you've got the music. That is such an important part of Fallout for me. And one thing that wasn't shown in the trailer, but I hope that they do end up throwing in there, is the radio DJ 3 Dog playing some of the best tunes from the Wasteland.
It feels like we're at a low point for superhero cinema right now, but we are at a high point for video game adaptations in media. An all-time high. That used to be one of the genres that would stink to the highest of heavens, and now there's hit after hit after hit, both at the box office and it appears on television. This looks like another hit, John.
It does, and definitely playing off what worked with The Last of Us in that kind of post-apocalyptic feel. It's not a zombie game necessarily, although there's a lot of similarities to what you would see in a zombie post-apocalyptic storyline. But yeah, I think that your comparison is best between Westworld and The Last of Us. But with what Mario did from a kid's perspective, what Five Nights at Freddy's did from a horror perspective, this will do from the same perspective as The Last of Us, from a violent but more action-filled, kind of show. And Fallout's a game I always wanted to get behind, but the style of game it was, the style of RPG it was, I never fully got into. It's the kind of game that when you shoot somebody, you have a percentage of whether you actually, hit them in the head or something like that. And it's like, if I'm good with a gun, I'm good with a gun. This is like, hey, let's just take all that out of it and just talk about the story of it. And that's what I really like about this.
I'm super excited for this. I'm not a big defender of the source material because I don't really know anything about the source material. And I walked away being very excited for this television series, just being a fan of quality entertainment. So what do you feel about the Fallout TV series thus far with the marketing campaign, with this trailer that dropped? Those are our thoughts. We're all very excited. I'm going to give the final word to Tyler. Will you be watching this the minute it drops?
So I don't have Amazon Prime. I'll get it for this. Oh. I'm hyped.
April 11th. Gotta get it by then.
I am hyped for this. I will absolutely binge watch the entire season.
That is a big vote and a big recommendation there from Tyler, it seems, based on what we've seen thus far. John, one place people need to visit other than Amazon Prime, That is our friends at MyBookie.
MyBookie.ag. Use promo code NEXTROUND. Get that first deposit bonus. Play in the casino, play in the sportsbook there. All kinds of fun to be had at MyBookie.ag. Bet anything, anytime, anywhere with our friends at MyBookie.
More trailer reviews and reactions, more movie reviews and reactions, television series reviews and reactions, all happening right here on this platform that we call The Meltdown. Please like and subscribe, and let us know how you feel in the comment section below.